Hey everybody, I am taking care of the chores of the house on a Sunday morning, and I'm not currently sitting in my crawl space, which, if there's things you think about during a Sunday morning, you're like, what do I want to do today? Getting down into a crawl space is not high on the list at all, but I have to change my heater filter, and that is a mandatory good thing to do. Some say every 2 months, at the very least 3 months, you want to do that. So I've got a reminder set on my phone, and it said time to go change the filter. So I'm down here to change the filter, but the heater, as you can hear it, is still running. And it's not ideal to change it while it's still running. And I just thought, well, I'll just relax, take a minute from the chores, and talk to you guys. Because it occurred to me as I'm sitting down in my crawl space on a cool, damp day, before I have my breakfast and my coffee, and I've already taken care of the chickens, and I'm taking care of the hot tub, and I got lawn stuff to do today, and of course there's always cleaning that needs to be done, and litter box for the cat, all these little lists of things we have to do, whatever. But in my short time here in the business and just in life, I've realized that there's a lot of people who really just aren't really cut out to be homeowners. And maybe when you're listening to this, you're like, oh, that's me, I know. Because the chores of the house and the maintaining of the house and the updates and upkeep and all of that stuff is not something that maybe you really enjoy. It is a chore. It doesn't get done. You don't want to do it. You just kind of want to come home, go to sleep, go to work, go to live your life, and the house is the last thing on your mind. And if that's the case, that's completely cool. I don't. There's nothing in the American dream that says you have to be a homeowner or that you have to love being a homeowner. That's one of the things I think that we grow up thinking. We're supposed to do certain things in our life, and owning a home is one of the things we're supposed to do. But the reality is like everything in life, you're only supposed to do it if you really want to do it and love doing it. And home ownership is one of those things. It's not cheap to own a home. It's time consuming to own a home. A lot of stresses can come with owning a home, which is why I got in the business, was to help you all with the stresses and the expenses, and to try to make owning a home a happier experience. But for some people, renting is best. They don't want to. You don't want to think about changing a filter on a Sunday morning in a crawl space. That's the last thing you want to do. You don't want to think about mowing the grass or planting landscaping or whatever. You don't want to worry about power washing the side of the house and getting up on ladders to clean gutters and all of these little things. Or with the tree, if a tree falls on the roof, you don't want to think about how that gets fixed, right? You just want to have a place to live and then maybe be not tied down. So you can travel, so you can change positions, change lives, whatever. Like, this is all things that I fully endorse. I fully endorse doing what you want to do, first of all, and also if you don't want a burden in your life, don't have the burden in your life, right? So all that to say, some of you listening either maybe are thinking about it, you're like, I don't even know why. I feel like I got to get a house, but I don't know why. Let's talk about it, because it's very likely you don't need to own a house. I mean, you could rent a house and have the same experience and not have that experience, or have that obligation and work that you have to do for it. But a lot of you might be in a house right now and really not like owning a house, really not like maintaining that house, and maybe you haven't been doing a great job of that, which is, again, fine. But talk to me, because this market needs your house. So if it's this is a great, perfect time to sell, and especially if it's just move to a rental or downsize or just change directions, this is the time to sell the house, get rid of that obligation, get rid of all those chores and all that burden and all that work and all that upkeep, and then take all that profit, do with it what you will, put it into investments, pay off debt, whatever, fund your travel around the world plan, and then just rent and not have the obligation. So again, I am a huge advocate of doing what makes you happy, and if owning a home and crawling into the crawl space on a Sunday in the cold damp to change a filter while in the middle of all your other chores before you even eat food and drink coffee. That's my fault. Not that you could eat breakfast before you do your chores. That's just my thing. But if that's your thing, you're like, this isn't bringing us joy. This is just bringing us kind of heartache and frustration. Give me a call. Give me a call, because I guarantee we can turn that frustration into a lot of money for you, and then someone else is going to be really, really happy and to have that house and take that frustration off your hands. So homeownership, not for everybody, but for me, it's for me. I love it, and therefore I'm sitting down here getting ready to change my filter. Heat's still running, but I'm going to kick this video off because I don't think you want to listen to me talk for another 5 minutes. So love you guys. Hope you guys are doing well. Let me know how you're doing. Let's catch up.